The Jaspers lead is 4. Again, Winston all over Luke. Luke runs him into the street, pulls up, free throw line jumper. That is good.
Now, Obioha doesn't get an assist on that basket. Oh, and we're going to have a whistle. A little something going on with Winston. And now, yeah, Winston and Obioha. Winston was down on the ground, and he grabbed at Obioha's leg. He might have felt that Obioha was maybe stepping on him a little bit. That's where the initial whistle came from. And then I think Bender might have gotten himself a tee for what he did after that.
You're exactly right. It was a continued chirping. We know that Shaquil Bender at least has been teed up by Nathan Farrell. Now, as you see the Jaspers go to their bench, right now Nathan Farrell is trying to calm down Coach John Gallagher. We will have another look at this. There you see they're trying to cool off.
Watch 2 at 55. See? And Obio was trying to go away. Winston wasn't really thrilled. So that started this, but then Bender comes after Bayless, and that's where it really escalated. Now I give Winston credit for pulling the junior away from the Frankens, right?
We saw in the first half the reverse. It was Bender that tried to calm down Jaden.
So the thing, now what's interesting too, and Todd's going to get the explanation from Will Flowers who's coming over. What's interesting too is Winston, that was an intense series for Winston. He hit the 3, he almost got the turnover in Buffalo, and you could see the intensity in Winston's face. He's clapping his hands, he's digging in defensively, and maybe it just kind of carried over a little bit too much, I think, in the aftermath with Obioha.
And Will Flowers has let us know they have already assessed the technical. That is in play. They are looking now to see if there was anything flagrant when Harlan stepped over Jaden Winston. And
I don't think there was. I mean, you think, is that considered like taunting or something? Or
I would say it probably is if you're looking down at him. Are there a lot of different paths for Harlan to take? So here is the end of the play. And Harlan's right foot is definitely tied up in the arms of Jaden Winston. And, you do have to go back and play defense. So if Harlan is in a hurry to do that, maybe it looks a little worse than it is. Seeing it like that, I say this should not be elevated at all. And I think the only thing that should happen is a technical foul on the Jaspers.
I think to me, it looks like he is trying to step forward to get back on defense, as opposed to, there certainly wasn't a kick. So the only other thing would be, did you feel that there was a hovering over a guy on the floor for presence, like the intimidation factor, Like I said, it's the NFL equivalent of taunting. If you have a catch and you stand over the DB, or the DB breaks up a pass and stands over you and doesn't necessarily physically touch you, but sometimes they'll say, well, that's taunting the opponent, and Todd is getting the explanation on the review for Obioha. So we know there's the T initially called on Bender, and in a moment, Todd will explain what happened with Obioha, if anything.
Yeah, a single Class A flagrant 1 foul against the Jaspers that will go against Shaquil Bender. That is the end of any fouls, no technical foul or anything assessed to Harlan as he was exiting that situation. 2 free throws upcoming for the Purple Eagles as Braxton Bayless is on the line. We're not ready to resume play yet.
I think that's the right call.
Yep, after the 2 free throws, it will be Manhattan basketball. And there you see Nathan Farrell, the lead referee, talking to John Gallagher. And again, I know that I don't miss a Purple Eagles game, but to tell you, independently what happened, I think that's the right call.
I do too. Now here's the thing. If you're John Gallagher, composure. Okay?
Right. He has
composure,
to show it.
fellas, right.
He wants his team to show it.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. He's got to make sure, well, he has to stay in control as the coach. That is a really good point. But he's got to make sure his team doesn't get carried away here. They've got to play with some composure, even though it's a rather young group. It's Bayless, it's free throw. You're on the road. You've lost 10 straight. You're at the bottom of the MAC standings. It can be very frustrating, right? But you're right here in the game. And you can win this game today. They're playing well enough to win this game today. They can't let that drive them and rattle them and get away from what they're doing.
Second game in a row that